I just beat. Try to angle myself towards you. Do you feel uncomfortable? Because I do. Okay. I just beat the absolute piss out of Karate Survivors. And I did it in, let's check this monitor over here, 19.8 hours. And by beat it, I mean I did. Had to open my water. I beat it on normal, master, and legend. I have a few things I would like to say. I have some things I want to say that praises the game. I have some negative things to say, but overall, here's my actual view. Karate Survivors, all in all, I enjoyed it. I think it's a unique spin on roguelites. I think it has a lot to offer for anyone who wants to play. There are 2 achievements that I am missing, and we just beat it on legend, so it became a legend. I've done on its hardest difficulty. I've done all it has to offer minus those 2 achievements. The achievements I'm missing are collect the shuriken, which you need to find energy drinks to do, and then max the entire skill tree. Don't have it maxed because I haven't unlocked the shuriken. Don't care to put any more hours in to do that, and I'll explain why. One, because I'm done with it. Like, I've done all the game has to offer, and I'm not in the mood to hunt for achievements. Kind of ready to play another game. Not that Karate Survivors in any way was a shit game. It was not. It was a great game. I had a wonderful time with it. But the energy drinks are few and far between, and the only way I could see really finding them is if you're, I guess, better than me. You probably are, you know. Only 5.6% of people are a legend at this game, so you're probably one of them, and you're probably better than me. So, basically, the energy drinks and the burritos that you unlock, you have to run around the maps to find. Sometimes they're few and far between to the point where it's like, I can't find one, and the amount of kills that they want you to achieve with the energy drink makes it very hard to get the shuriken. I think it's like 5,000 kills, and I ended with all the runs that I did after 19.8 hours in the game. I only ended with like 4,237 of those kills. I think it was 37 because I was only 4,237. That's a lot of kills, but it's not that plentiful. You know what I'm saying? So like they're hard to find. Put my finger up. Hard to find, and then they just don't do enough for you to be like, okay, they're here and there. I've never found 2 in 1 run. There probably are more, but as I progress through, I will say this: start playing the game on master. Just start on the higher difficulty. Yeah, you might lose a couple more runs as you start. Overall, you're gonna get the achievement for master. It's not that big of a difference. Master, if you bump into someone, you take damage, but even on the, I think fighter is what their lowest difficulty is called. If you bump someone as fighter, it just, to me, you still take fucking damage. So like, I don't get the difference between fighter and master, and then legendary is just the people have more health, and then they can, like, as you punch them, they can kind of like walk through the punches unless you have some knockback. I don't know. Legend is hard, but it's not overly hard. The difference, the things that make it hard is your lack of progression in the tree, which is the same thing for most roguelites. But the thing that makes it difficult is the maps. There are 2 maps on there I absolutely just despise, in the sense that's the rooftops. The rooftops for me were difficult. Why? I don't know. They have these like little wooden planks that separate each top of the building, and those are pinch points. So like, if you're not crossing it at the right time, you're just gonna get pinched. The subway, I didn't like the layout. Not that they weren't fun to play on. They offered a good challenge, but outside of that, it was just like, do I care? I enjoyed the Supermart, which was the first one. I like the construction zone. I like the bar, rooftops, and subway. I give it a thumbs down, just because I struggled on them. But the struggle did make them fun to do. I have to make a nasty sound. The struggle did make them fun to do, though. So I can't say I disliked them highly, but if I had to pick out of the 5, those 2 are my least favorite. They're just, to me, like I said, fighter didn't feel any different to master, because I was still, like, in master, if you bump into an enemy, you take damage. In fighter, I would bump into enemies and still take damage. Maybe they fixed that. Maybe it's just because they were too, I don't know, lazy to take out the sound of you hitting an enemy or the flashing of the red when you bumped into one. There's no punch. Like, when you punch, you wouldn't take damage. Or when they punch, you should take damage, but it's showing and registering that you're taking damage when you're walking into them. I didn't personally understand that. Don't really know if it was taking damage. I just don't like how it would register. Like, be a little bit more You know, like, okay, if I walk into him, you're like, like that's the NPC making the noise, right? Take the fucking noise away if I'm not taking damage. Don't leave the noise in there because you're too lazy to remove the noise. I didn't get that part. That's my opinion. That sounds a little rude. The devs did a great job, but at the end of the day, like, I thought that one, or at least that little aspect of the game was kind of fucking weird. The bosses were cool. You had a good amount of build. Like, you could make a few builds that were pretty nice. I would say stick to the color. Like, if you get all blue moves, just build blue. If you get all red, build yellow, or do 3 and 3. Don't do like 2 and 2 and 2. I didn't find that to be very useful. 3, 3. It's fine. Or all 6. Don't think the game's missing anything. I feel like there could have been some more fine tuning of things. Some, like, maybe an interact button for some of the things. Like, there'd be times when I'm on the subway and I wouldn't want to grab the pole. Like, you can unlock an ability to, there's a pole, you grab it and you just swing to the other side. When you're playing on Legend or Master, you're swinging through the enemies and it's registering as damage. So, like, I found that fucking pointless. And it didn't do enough damage to actually, like, sufficiently hurt some of the enemies. So it just kind of puts you in some shit situations. But it's like, oh, well, if you didn't want to do that, don't walk by the pole. Well, sometimes you're stuck and the only clear path is near the pole, but the moment you touch the white circle, you just fucking swing into the enemies. So maybe had like an interact button, possibly like an E. You like, oh, boom, E, or you have the ability to just, like, I guess cancel it. But I don't know how that would happen. It is just a little annoying thing that the game has. Outside of that, it's no big deal. It's just put me in a couple shit situations a few times, so I do want to like make sure you understand that before you buy the game, or if you own the game, or if you're just watching it to find out what the fuck it's about. Overall, like I said in the beginning, this is a wonderful roguelite. I like the concept. It reminded me of most older Jackie Chan movies because the character himself looks like Jackie Chan is like a janitor. You're not really given any backstory as to why he's beating the shit out of everyone in all these places. So I'm just going to say he's the villain. He just had a bad day, sees some people, goes and beats the hell out of them. I like that story myself. You could make up your own. But the game, like I said, wonderful roguelite. Interesting twist on the genre itself. It brings something different than most other games have in this space. Still have some things that, like, are reminiscent of Vampire Survivors and Orc Survivors or any of the other games. I haven't played Vampire Survivors yet, but I've seen enough content to know it's definitely up my alley, and one day you'll watch me play it. But right now we're here to talk about Karate Survivors, and I will rate it, and I will probably rate it decent. I'm not going to rate it too highly, but I will rate it decent. I anticipated this game from the moment I played the demo. I really looked forward to it, waited. It finally came out. I bought it, and it's been everything I wanted it to be and more. So I might be a little biased on this because this is one of my favorite genres. I'm going to say the game itself, 8.2. 8.2 out of 10. Probably a higher rating than some people. I don't know what it's on Steam. We'll check right here. Store page. People are very positive, so okay, that's not bad. Very positive. I'd say I'm rating it where everyone else would rate it. Couple annoying things, like I said. Outside of that, it's a great game. I would highly recommend you buy it. You can get a lot of hours out of it. I got 19.8. 19.8 hours. If you're a big achievement hunter, the achievements aren't too difficult to get. The only one you're going to fucking struggle with is the Shuriken run. That's the one I struggle with the most. Probably not going to go back and get it. I could easily get all the achievements. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But if I'm being honest, I'm kind of ready to put the game down, move on to other roguelites, and just see what happens. So I hope that helped. If you're interested in buying it, please buy it. You're going to enjoy it. If you don't like roguelites, it's even fun for people who don't enjoy roguelites. I think it adds it. Like I said, it's unique and it gives it its own spin. 8.2 out of 10 it's worth it. It's worth it. It's only, we'll check the price too while I'm here. It's only $5. It's worth every fucking penny. It could be a little bit more. Like, comment, subscribe, say something nice, say something mean, and yeah, enjoy your day.